course, tonight, Dare Night, Drug Abuse Resistance Education. And, of course, don't want no drugs, don't want no abuse. Unless you're on the racetrack, you want a little abuse. And here's a couple of guys that will abuse just about anybody that gets around them, the Millishams. I tell you, I caught you two running a little early, and y'all seem to like to run together in practice.
That was luck on my part.
Can't keep up with him?
Nope. Can't keep up with him at all.
You know what he's running?
I know exactly what he's running.
Is it legal?
Yep.
You would lie anyway. How about him? You go help him out tonight, get him dialed in a little bit better?
We try to help each other out. We work on them together every week, and we just haven't been able to get that hooked up yet, but we're going to get it.
Well, look for him. Sam Millisham, car number 5. Ed Millisham, he'll drive car number 16. Well, Mike, what are you doing down there? Changing the wheels on it?
Yeah, just had a little push, so we're going to get it out.
You don't want to push her in your car.
No, it come too close to the wall.
Yeah. How about it? You enjoying the series? Your first year out here, rookie in the division.
Yeah, it's a lot different than dirt go-karts I used to race, but I think we're getting the hang of it. We'll be up there sooner or later.
You still getting that loose run off of turns you used to in the dirt?
Yeah, well, I tell you, sometimes you get the cart to handle like it does on dirt, and sometimes you just get it to handle like a drag racing car. Just want to go straight, so we're just trying to figure it out.
Well, loose is fast, we all know that. Take a look at this little sticker right here. All the cars have them on tonight. Get well soon, Charles. Mike, this is not a good time to be under the hood, or under the trunk, I should say.
No, not at all. We're just making some final adjustments for the race.
Just checking them valves out, huh?
That's it. Yep, getting it ready.
Well, you're also a rookie in the series. You enjoying it out here?
Oh, yeah, having a great time. Great time.
It gets a little rough sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Especially I go over in the 4-car.
Oh, yeah, he's something else, man.
His teammate, as a matter of fact, Tom Dance, current points leader, he drives car number 4. Dance also back there working on his motor. We'll check up with him in just a few moments. We mosey on around here to the car. Tom, you're leading the points, buddy. Can you keep it up?
I hope so.
You hope so? How about Jerry? Is he giving you any help?
Who?
Of course, Jerry Dance, runner in the modified series, and we all know Jerry sends his love to Mark Potter.
No comment.
No comment. You heard it. He leads the points going into tonight, but Dan Arnold is hot on his tail. He'll try to keep it alive in tonight's Dare feature. Larry Morgan trying to tighten things up down here.
You're lying, man.
Is she loose on you?
She ain't loose. She's just, I don't know what you want to call it. She want to come around and meet the front.
It's a pushy loose. Is that what it is?
Have a conversation with my rear end.
That's not a good thing. Of course, you remember old Fireball Morgan here. Don't want that to happen again.
No, there won't be no more days like that. We got that took care of. That was a dumb move on my part. Car was safe. I just made it unsafe. Yeah. But we got that took care of. You learn from your mistakes. Thank God I didn't get hurt in the process.
Does it help have all these teammates over here? Is sometimes that hurt you?
No, it helps. Because we all share information, and it's been helpful. Tom's helped me a lot. Tom Dance helped me
especially a few weeks ago on a Friday night. Huh? I wouldn't rub it in. They got together a couple of weeks ago on a Friday night run. They were running 1 and 2, got together coming up off turn number 2, and both of them ended up in the wall, but they fought their way back through the field. Do you? Yeah. Adrian Stafford, driver of car number 07, the Shoesmith Brothers sponsored ride, and also carries the Dare stickers on his ride. Of course, special night for you. You enjoy the Dare, people.
Yeah, we feel like we're the ones that brought the Dare into MASCAR at the beginning, and I mean, we got a lot of Dare cars out here now. So.
Yep. Year number 1, you see the shirt right there, Virginia Dare Association. That's the banner Adrian Stafford used to carry with Team Bear. How about it? You still having fun out here? You say your back's been bothering you right much.
Yeah, we're still having fun. I think we got too many cars, Freddie. We got 3 cars now, and we don't know which one to run each week. But we like this one now. So
you kind of just whittle parts off one and the other till you get one that's perfect.
Yeah, we finally got down in the 1720s tonight, so we're headed the right direction. Before it was 1760s, 1780s. We just couldn't get out of the 80s and 60s, so we brought this car out here tonight. We took this one to Langley and did real good at Langley with it, so we're looking for a good night tonight.
Adrian Stafford driving the Willie, as his buddy Willie Grubb there, who helps him out a lot on this ride. Eddie, you look awful relaxed, and then Eddie Moore, driver of cart number 58. A little bit of bamming around out there in that last champ cart practice.
Yeah, it was a little rough there.
A couple of guys getting a little carried away out here.
Yeah, hope they don't get too carried away.
Now, you've had some strong runs. Last year you ran strong. This year you seem to be struggling just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good this year. I'm staying up there in close to the top 5 in points, and hope to do well tonight.
Yeah, and he's looking for a top 5 run. Eddie Moore, driver of cart number 58. Well, Billy Grimes, driver of cart number 11, hard at work on number 88. Now, of course, the 17 kind of got tangled up a little earlier, and now you're out here working on the 88. What's the problem with this one?
We tore up the carburetor on it. You see, so we had to replace
What'd
it.
you do that for? Don't you know when you race, you can't be tearing stuff up?
Kind of hard to do that. You got to have it going fast.
These guys give you a hard time.
Just a little bit.
Does it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's that family thing, you know. You're not in the family.
Yeah, I'm not in with them. I'm just with them. Good friends, that's it.
Billy Grimes, he's always a strong runner. Watch for him, and the whole Waltrip stable, as a matter of fact. John Brady, official photographer of MASCAR. Any words, any comments, anything you've seen illegal in the pits tonight?
No.
That sums it all up from John Brady. Well, here's a guy who's always good for a little bit of paint swapping. Jason, if I can't slam you, I'll bam you, Eberth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the 9 car tonight, Jason?
It's at home because it's messed up.
Still a little bent up from a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, it's been up. See Tommy, he was supposed to come out here and help me, man, but I don't see him anywhere.
He's not even going to help your crew now, huh?
He just drives the car. But,
just a D factor, man. It's the D factor.
Yeah,
now, you're struggling a little bit, Jason. I mean, we look for you to win a couple by now.
I know. I don't know. Last year, I got the same setup as last year, and the car just 3 or 4 tenths slower than it was last year. Same setup without the illegal head on it. That's selling.
Without the illegal head.
Might have to put it back on.
Oh, yeah? Well, slide it on back on there and bring it through tech. We'd love to see you. We need some new parts for my engine, by the way. How about you? Another one of the guys who are going to put their car up for the DARE race tonight. They must put the fear of God into you.
Dude, we didn't work on it so much this year, we don't care anyway.
You've got used to it.
Tore it up every week.
Now you enjoy it. This year you've got to run down at Kinley, running at Langley, New River Valley. What do you think? What's your favorite track so far?
Oh, no problem. New River Valley.
Pretty track, ain't it?
Pretty track, smooth track. Don't want to say nothing bad about Southside, but I wish they would move this to New River Valley.
Now, I tell you something else. I know what's got to be second in your book is Kinley. That's a beautiful speedway, too.
Yeah, it's very nice down there.
A lot of racing room.
That's the thing. You come over here to Southside and you get so much stuff torn up. And I don't know if guys they think they got to take the lead on the first lap or the 5th lap or the 10th. They got to remember that it's 50 laps. And just disgusting sometimes. Well, you know, it's money in these cars, but it's a lot of time if you want to keep a good appearing car, and we try to keep it looking good. And just some guys need to think it's 50 laps. It's not. You don't have to take the lead in the first lap.
Larry Johnson, he drives car number 911. Keep an eye on him. We're going to go upstairs, get our heat races underway, and we'll come back down to the pits afterwards. And the green flag goes in the air. Our first heat race underway. Johnny Simons quickly takes control. It'll be Tom Dance falling in line second. He gets a challenge on the inside from Cliff Sales. Sales taking a peek in car number 6. Sees the opening. He'll try to make the run through turns 3 and 4. Drifts up a bit. He'll brush up against Tom Dance. Both of them gather it back in. Dance will secure second. Sales falls in line third. The battle now goes for 4th. It's Larry Morgan in car number 60 holding the inside groove. Kevin Barrett in car 36 on the high side. Just behind, it's also a side-by-side run, which diminishes as Rob Thornton takes the spot away from car number 69 of Larry Waltrip. Through turns 1 and 2, we see the group Morgan. And now he gets loose coming up off turn number 2. They're going to make it 3 wide down the backstretch. And Rob Thornton will be the sandwich between Morgan and Barrett. They all get together. Car number 36 slams the wall. That's Kevin Barrett out of Tappahannock. He'll continue underway. But it looks like he's got a rough ride. May have bent the axle in that machine. And now 2 more cars tangled. The 69 of Larry Waltrip and the 24 Rob Thornton will go under caution. Simons takes him back to the green flag quickly. Simons in the throttle. Tom Dance stays tucked up right on his rear deck. Cliff Sales third in line, followed by Larry Morgan, Sam Millisham, Billy Cook, and the 69 of Larry Waltrip. Down the backstretch, single file. Waltrip took a look to the outside of Cook. Cook closed the door. Kevin Barrett in car number 36 returns to the speedway, but we watch the leaders work across the front stretch and into turns 1 and 2. Waltrip now finally finds the inside lane open. He'll take the spot away from Cook and try to chase down Sam Millisham. Car number 69, driver out of Williamsburg. Back to our lead pack. Simons by 2 car lengths now over Dance. Sam Millisham in car number 5 having to check up a bit. He loses ground to the top 4, and that'll allow Larry Waltrip to close right into his rear deck. Cliff Sales now taking a look at Tom Dance for the 2nd spot. They work through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Sales unable to make the move. He'll set a car length back in the 3rd spot. Larry Morgan 2 car lengths back in 4th. Larry Morgan out of Richmond. Strong runs this season, but continues to struggle. Bad luck has struck Morgan several times. Down the backstretch, we see the 69 of Waltrip passing Sam Millisham. He takes the spot away, moves up 1 more spot. Climbs the banking just a bit as he works off turn number 4. But it's Johnny Simons in clear control up front. Simons starting to scoot away as he works down the backstretch. 8 laps complete, 7 to go. He'll cross the stripe. It'll be 9 down in our first 15-lap heat race. Top 3 break apart just a bit. Morgan now works to the outside of Kevin Barrett. That machine already several laps down. And once again, Barrett returns to the infield for service. Team out of Tappahannock, Virginia. And see them take the radios off. Look like they may hang this one up. Try to get it ready for the feature. Our lead pack crosses the stripe, and it's still Simons in control. But Tom Dance now cuts into that advantage slightly. Dance picks it up even more as he work off turn number 2. They'll cross the stripe with 12 laps complete and 3 to go. And again, Dance closing in as he works off the turns. Simon seems to run better into the turn, but Dance closes it up as he works off the groove. Johnny Simons, the Budweiser ride out of King William. 1 feature win this season in the series. Tom Dance also a feature winner and current points leader. This time Dance will lose a little bit of ground. And they all going single file now. White flag falls over the leader as the Barrett crew continues to work on his ride in the infield. Doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to make a move. Simons gets really loose coming up off turn number 2. He'll gather it back in, looks back to see he has plenty of ground over Dance. He'll check up a bit as he works to the outside of Billy Cook and crosses the stripe for the win. Johnny Simons takes the win over Tom Dance and Cliff Sales in their first heat race. Green flag waves in the air. It's Bobby Marshall on the inside, Larry Johnson on the outside, your front row. Marshall keeps it tucked right down to that white stripe. He works up off turn number 2. Johnson still on the outside looking to make a run. Sees he can't do it on the outside. He'll try to fall in line as they work up off turn number 4. Casey Walker now. She's about to get shuffled around. She'll hold the spot, though. Ebert decides to fall in line. Jeff Sims works the high side in car number 13. Up front, Bobby Marshall showing the way. We watch the pack behind. Casey Walker over Jason Ebert. Walker running 3rd in line, trying to close in on the top 2. Johnson takes a look to the inside of the leader. Can't make the run down the front stretch. He'll fall in line once again as they work turns 1 and 2. One car getting loose further back. Adrian Stafford, car number 07. Farron Hamlin trying to work him over for position. But up front, it's again Johnson trying to pinch it down, coming off turn number 4. Can't get the run. Walker takes a look to the inside of Johnson, and now Ebert in car number 10 charges up on the outside. Here comes Ed Millisham as well in car number 16. They start to stack it up in the battle for second. It's Bobby Marshall by 5 car lengths leading the way, but we watch the fight for second. Casey Walker down low on Larry Johnson. They'll race wheel to wheel to the stripe, and it looked like Johnson by inches that time by, but Walker still fighting the inside groove. It works this time as she comes up off turn number 2. She'll take the 2nd spot, and now Ed Millisham will take 3rd away from Larry Johnson. Johnson trapped up in the high side. He's going to lose several spots as the field works by to the inside. Johnson tries to gather it back in, still getting a challenge. It's Jason Ebert, but Ebert has to fall in line single file, can't make the run on the backstretch. Everyone trying to track down Bobby Marshall. It's Casey Walker running 2nd, leading the pack, trying to track down the leader, but Marshall in good control tonight, running a smooth line. Larry Johnson in car number 911 and Jason Eberth continue to go at it. Eberth taking the peak to the inside as they worked off 4. No room there, and now Adrian Stafford tries to close in on that battle. Stafford once again getting a little loose. Can't make the run. Bobby Marshall brings it up off turn number 4 into the stripe. 8 laps down. Halfway signal given to the field as Marshall still in control by about 8 car lengths as he works down the backstretch. Car number 1 out of Victoria, Virginia. Casey Walker now works off turn number 4. She looks back, has a car length advantage over Ed Millisham, and Walker obviously got that car dialed in. Had one of her best runs 2 weeks ago, and looks like she's going to try to better it tonight. Casey Walker, Chesterfield County police officer and one of the teachers of the DARE program. Everyone happy to run single file at this point in the race. They'll come to the stripe with 4 laps to go, and it looks like Walker starting to track down Marshall just a bit. Marshall swings it up high coming off turn number 4. The line you want to run all the way up against the wall. Walker decides to follow his tire tracks. Got a little bit of a comfortable lead now over the 3rd place man. Ed Millisham. 4th in line sits car number 13, Jeff Sims out of Goochland. And 5th, Larry Johnson. Finally locking that spot up over Jason Eberth. They all work through turns 1 and 2. The leader crosses the stripe. White flags in the air. Bobby Marshall trying to pick up the heat race win. And down the backstretch he goes in clear control. Looks like it's going to be Marshall's night in the heat race. He works off turn number 4, comes to the stripe clean, and Bobby Marshall out of Victoria picks up the win. Casey Walker takes 2nd spot. 3rd goes to Ed Millisham.
I'll tell you one thing, a 911 crew sure isn't very talkative until a 911 car comes out.
You can hear us all over the county when either a Goochland car comes out, 13 or 911. We support our guys.
Well, Goochland does have a lot of cars out here, and we do appreciate their fans. Hey, this is Lenny Pemberton's crew or family or whatever. What do y'all think about Dan Arnold taking Lenny's pole away tonight?
Well, we weren't very happy about that.
Oh, come on now. Somebody's got to take the pole.
We can take it once. He said it up.
All right. How about you?
No comment.
No comment, folks. Okay, we're going to talk to some of the fans out here. Is this y'all's first time out here at MASCAR?
No, I've been going here for about almost 2 years now. No.
2 years. That's a long time following. Do y'all like the MASCAR out here?
Oh yeah. First time I watched it. Actually, it's the first time I ever came to race when I started coming here.
I heard you're a wife out here at MASCAR. Which car are you with?
Number 48.
Number 48. Do you think he's going to do pretty good this year?
Well, he's done pretty good up until tonight.
Oh, not much. Just rooting for Jason in the number 10 and rooting for Rob Thornton in the number 24.
You heard that. And let's head back up to Freddie.
Chairman fans, green flag goes in the air and a feature event is underway. Millisham and Sales battle it out up front. Side by side just behind as well. Karen Walker to the inside of Tom Dance. And they'll run that way through turns 3 and 4. Millisham secures the top spot as he works up off turn number 4. Sales comes battling back on the outside lane. But now it's Millisham's spot for sure. He leads the way over Sales in the battle for 3rd. Tom Dance on the outside. Casey Walker down low. Looks like Dance is going to take the 3rd spot away. Walker falls in line 4th. She gets a challenge on the outside from Johnny Simons. Simons takes the 4th spot. Walker takes 5th. And now she gets a challenge on the inside. Lanny Pemberton in car number 74. Pemberton shoots to the inside, working down the backstretch. And now Pemberton will shuffle Walker back one more spot. Here comes Dan Arnold. The 95 champion works his way to the inside of Walker. Walker drops down, forcing Bobby Marshall to back out of it a bit. Down the backstretch they go. Further back, it's car number 13, Jeff Sims, Larry Morgan in car number 60, the 69 of Larry Waltrip, the 07 Adrian Stafford, and the 10 of Jason Eberth, all doing battle. They trade a little paint as they work the front stretch. Johnny Simons now trying to cut his way. He's worked up to third, trying to track down the top two. He's got plenty of company. Car number 74, Lanny Pemberton, and Tom Dance go wheel to wheel just behind, and Dan Arnold closes in on all that action ahead. That's the way they work. 5 laps complete. It'll be 6 this time by, and it's still Ed Millisham showing the way as we watch the fights further back. Cliff Sales trying to hold on to the second spot, but here comes Johnny Simons in car number 25. Starts to track him down. Lanny Pemberton staying close to Simons, and Arnold working to the inside of Dance just behind. Up off turn number 4 and to the stripe, we watch the battle as Dan Arnold takes a spot away from Tom Dance. The top 2 in points battling out. A little further back, it's Sims and Bobby Marshall now trading a little paint as Larry Morgan closes in on that action. The field works through turns 3 and 4. And the lead pack in 1 and 2. You can see the leader working down the backstretch. He's opened up a good bit of distance as behind they stack it 3 wide going into turn number 3. And Johnny Simons comes out with the second spot. Lanny Pemberton takes third. Move Dan Arnold up to 4th. And Tom Dance to 5th as Sales loses 3 positions on that lap. The top 3 in points running 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now. Pemberton, Arnold, and Dance. Those are your top 3. The 74, Lanny Pemberton, 3rd in the points. The 43 of Dan Arnold, 2nd. And the 4, Tom Dance, showing the way in the point standings. Rest of the field content to work single file at this point. We see Bobby Marshall in car number 1. He's got plenty of company. Adrian Stafford trying to pinch it down low as they work turns 1 and 2. That's the 07 Adrian Stafford out of Chesterfield. Bobby Marshall and Stafford, they battle it out as now we see a battle shaping up for the 3rd spot. Dan Arnold trying to work on Lanny Pemberton, and they're both trying to track down Johnny Simons. Simons already cutting into the leader's advantage. Ed Millisham's been showing the way since lap number 2, but right now he's got plenty of company. All of a sudden, what was a 10-car length lead is down to 1. It's Ed Millisham showing the way, and the battle goes for 3rd just behind. Dan Arnold looks to the inside of Lanny Pemberton. Arnold and Pemberton through turns 3 and 4. Side by side, wheel to wheel. They'll work that way to the stripe. Pemberton battles back on the outside. Arnold strong down the inside lane. Arnold has the preferred line, but Pemberton strong on the outside groove. They continue to go wheel to wheel and allowing the top 2 to break away. These 2 do not want to let up a bit. It's Arnold and Pemberton wheel to wheel for 3rd again, up off turn number 4 and to the stripe. And it's again Pemberton leading it as they work to the stripe. Arnold flashes back to the inside, gets a little loose. He works off turn number 2. That's going to allow Pemberton to get a strong run as they head towards turn number 3. But Arnold not giving up yet. He looks to the inside once again. The best battle on the speedway is for the 3rd spot. And now the top 2 start to dice it up. Simons has tracked down Millisham. It's Ed Millisham showing the way over Johnny Simons, and Arnold and Pemberton are still at it for 3rd. It's going to be 2 battles. 1 car slow on the speedway just ahead of him as caution falls. Caution flies on the speedway. And we return to green flag racing quickly. It's Millisham in the throttle. Caught some of those guys sleeping. Simons loses a lot of ground to him in the 2nd spot. Further back, we see Larry Waltrip in car number 69 leading a heavy battle that also involves the 36 of Kevin Barrett, the 10 of Jason Eberth, the 18 of Mike Matthews, and the 07 of Adrian Stafford. The field works through turns 1 and 2 cleanly. Further back, a few guys dicing it up at the tail end of the field. The 28 of Mike Myers, the 911 of Larry Johnson, and the 88 of Billy Cook. But we're going to turn our attention back to the top 2 as that battle works off turn number 2. And quickly, Simons has once again tracked down Millisham. Simons takes a peek to the inside. Now he'll think to go to the outside as they work off turn number 4. Millisham will shut the door on him. But Simons staying glued right to his rear deck. Drifts high going through turn number 1. That'll allow Millisham to get a little breathing room as now Pemberton secure in the third spot, and Arnold running fourth, Dance running fifth. They'll all try to track down the top two. Simons now takes a peek to the inside of Millisham as they head towards turn number 1. Millisham gives him the room down low. Simons trying to use every inch he can. He'll get wheel to wheel with him down the backstretch. That's the battle for the lead. Johnny Simons, car number 25. He'll take the lead. Johnny Simons works up off turn number 4, but Millisham comes battling back. Ed Millisham working the low groove through turns 3 and 4. He'll try to retake the top spot. And now Lanny Pemberton, Dan Arnold, and Tom Dance are all ready to dice it up for the lead. Car number 1, Bobby Marshall, in for service. One car getting loose. It's car number 16 of Millisham as they worked off turn number 4. That made Pemberton, Arnold, and Dance check up. And again, Millisham's going to go wheel to wheel for the lead once again against Simons. Caution on the speedway on lap number 22. Car number 07, Adrian Stafford. One car spinning on the backstretch, but they stay green as Mike Myers in car number 28 gets stacked up. He'll continue, and we look up front to the racing action as quickly they start to fight it out. 3 wide going into turn number 3. Arnold wisely backs out of it. That allows Pemberton and car number 16, Ed Millisham, to go at it for the second spot. Arnold sets forth with plenty of company. Tom Dance tucked right up on his rear deck. It's Johnny Simons showing the way over those battles for second, and it's now Lanny Pemberton winning the second spot over Millisham. Arnold now closes in to challenge Millisham for the third spot. Through turns 1 and 2, we watch the battle for third. Arnold finally finds a lane open down to the inside of Millisham. He'll try to run him hard going into turn 3. Millisham tries to shut the door, but Arnold finds the room. He'll step through. Millisham tries to battle back on the outside, but here comes car number 4. Tom Dance is trying to take the spot away from Millisham as well. Dance, the current points leader, trying to close in on Arnold. Doesn't want him to pick up any more points than possible. Millisham, Arnold, and Dance. Johnny Simons works down the backstretch. It's 10 car lengths back to Lanny Pemberton in the second spot. The leader, having to take a little bit of evasive action, works to the outside of Mike Myers, car number 28. That allows Pemberton to close in a bit more. Car number 911, Larry Johnson, black flag, something dragging on car number 911. The leader works to the stripe, and he's being chased down, Lanny Pemberton. But Pemberton looks back to see Dan Arnold. Arnold looks to the inside. Wisely, Billy Cook, the lap car, gets out of the way, car number 88. Arnold can't make the run this time, but he'll close in again through turns 3 and 4. To the stripe, we watch the battle start to shape up for the second spot. And the battle for fourth now goes away. Tom Dance takes it away from Ed Millisham. Millisham takes a peek back to the inside, but it looks like Dance will have the power as they hit turn number 3. Down the straightaway. They battle it out, and it looks like we're going to have caution. Car number 10, Jason Eberth, looping coming off turn number 4. And that's going to put us under yellow on lap number 30. And we go back to green flag racing. Johnny Simons takes him back to the green flag. Lanny Pemberton runs second. Third spot belongs to Dan Arnold. Fourth, Tom Dance. Fifth, it's Ed Millisham. Further back, it's a heavy pack. Billy Cook in there, already a lap down. The 28 of Mike Myers, also a lap machine. Rob Thornton in that group, as is the 94 of Farron Hamlin. Into the 18 of Mike Matthews. They all finally straighten it out. 36 car returns to the speedway. A 1-lap penalty for car number 36. Rough driving the call. We turn our attention back to the leaders. It's Simons, holding 3 car lengths now over Dan Arnold. Pemberton and Dance, single file just behind. They may be waiting for Arnold to close in to make his move, for them to make their move. 32 laps down in this Eagle Cup feature event. And some good racing action for sure. Several times side-by-side racing for the lead and for second and third. Arnold cuts in to Simon's advantage a little bit more. Cliff Sales in car number 6. He's worked his way around Casey Walker. Now Jeff Sims starts to challenge Casey Walker. Then comes the 60 of Larry Morgan, the 69 of Larry Waltrip. Further back, it's the 94 Farron Hamlin, the 18 of Mike Matthews. They try to fight it out, as does the 24 Rob Thornton, damaged earlier tonight in the heat race. Your leader, Johnny Simons, looks back and sees Dan Arnold getting ever so much closer. Laps winding down, and Arnold putting on that late charge. They both work to the outside of the 88 of Billy Cook. That machine obviously off the pace tonight. Problems on Cook's ride. And now Arnold slices into Simons' lead once again. Simons working high up off turn number 4. Arnold continues to work that low groove as he works off the turns, and that's allowed him to close in to just a couple of feet. The top two separated only by 3 feet as they work down the backstretch, and Lanny Pemberton 2 car lengths back in third. Up off turn number 4 to the stripe, Arnold peeking to the outside on Simons. Simons running clean through turns 1 and 2 this time, looks in his rearview mirror, sees that bright flame on the front of the 43. Starting to peek to the inside once again. This time Simons gets a good run up off turn number 4. Arnold can't slice into his lead anymore. Simons drifts high up off turn number 2. Arnold sees the opening, thought about making a move, but has to fall in line single file. Drops back about a half a car length. Looks to the inside once again as they work off turn number 4. Cannot make the move. Johnny Simons trying to protect that low groove. It's not going to work this time. Arnold gets a little loose as he tries to pinch it down through turn number 2. Again, it's not going to work. Look out. Here comes Lanny Pemberton in car number 74. It's going to be a 3-way battle for the lead. Pemberton looks to the inside of Arnold. Sees lap traffic ahead. Pemberton may have to fall in line single file. He'll do so as they work through turns 1 and 2. It's now Simons by 2 car lengths over Arnold. Arnold a half a car length ahead of Pemberton. And Tom Dance just 3 car lengths behind, waiting for anyone to make a mistake. 9 laps remaining. We've got 41 down finally, and it's only 9 to go. And Pemberton looks inside of Arnold, cannot get the run. They close up on some lap traffic. They work to the outside of Billy Cook once again. Start to close in on Kevin Barrett in car number 36. Arnold drops it down off the pavement that time as he works turns 1 and 2. Gains a little ground on Pemberton, loses a little bit to Simons. We'll stay focused on the top 3. It could be one heck of a finish here as Johnny Simons tries to pick up his second feature win. Dan Arnold going for his third. Lanny Pemberton looking for a second feature this season. Top 4 in points, run 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll work to the outside of Kevin Barrett in car number 36. Arnold closes in a bit, looks back, sees Pemberton peeking to the inside once again. Pemberton sees the lap car. He'll fall back in line single file, follow Arnold's tracks up off turn number 4. Takes a look to the inside once again, knows the lap car is there, cannot make the move. And this has allowed Simons to start to open up his advantage, and now Pemberton shoots to the inside of Dan Arnold. The battle goes for second. Arnold looks like he lets him go. Arnold sees Pemberton has a strong car, lets him slide by through turns 3 and 4, and he'll stay tied to his back deck, see if they can track down Simons. It's only 4 laps to go with Johnny Simons showing the way, but Pemberton quickly starts to close in on that advantage. Lanny Pemberton, car number 74 out of Dinwiddie, Virginia, chasing down King William, Virginia's Johnny Simons. But laps are winding down. It's only 3 to go. They'll get the 2 to go signal next time by, and it may be too late for Pemberton. He's tried to make a charge, but Simons is strong through turns 3 and 4 this time. Doesn't drift up the banking like he has done several times. 2 laps to go, goes over the field. Johnny Simons, the Bud Machine, leads the way. They work to the outside of Billy Cook once again. Pemberton cuts it down by about 2 car lengths. Simons may be easing out of it just a little bit, trying to run a smooth line. He knows he's got a bit of an advantage as he sees the white flag fall, but Pemberton hard on the throttle. He'll stomp it to the floor as he tries to chase him down for this final half lap as they work down the backstretch. Arnold has nothing left, and Dance can't make a run either. Pemberton shuts it down a little bit more through turn 3, but works off turn number 4, knows it's too late. Johnny Simons takes the win. Second place goes to Lanny Pemberton. Third, Dan Arnold. Fourth, Tom Dance. And fifth will go to Ed Millisham. 6th, Cliff Sales. 7th, Casey Walker picks up the win. Simons works to get out of his car, and last time he won, it was in a post-race tech inspection. This time, he did it all on the asphalt. Well, Johnny, sounds like you got a few fans up there, buddy. You gonna stop over? You tired, Johnny?
Man, I'm burning up.
They
I'm burning
worked
up.
you over there, did they?
Hey, they had me going. I want to thank my brother for talking to me the whole race. Every time he'd shut his mouth, I'd say, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. I was a nervous wreck. It really felt good to run up front. It's been a while. I just want to thank the fans for being here. It's Dare night. Appreciate you coming out.
I tell you, it looked like a lot of evenly matched cars out there. If Arnold could have got to you, he might have been able to do something with you. Pemberton was coming on there. Those last few laps, he cut it down to just a car length.
Yeah, they were wearing me to death. I was getting David to talk to me the whole time. I was saying, please talk to me, because they were battling it out back there, and I think that was what was helping me. If they could have single-filed it, it might have been a different story. I don't know.
Well, it looked like you got a little bit of Ed Millisham's paint on there, a little bit of Dan Arnold's, a little bit of everybody's on the side of the 25 ride. Give him a nice hand once again. Johnny Simons picks up the win in the 50-lap Eagle Cup feature on Dare night. It'll be Kozak jumping out front. Jennifer Morgan, she doesn't have much practice time. She's going to take it easy here. All right, Kozak starts to pull away. Morgan going to feel it out for a couple of laps, and she's going to try to track him down. Kozak running a good line off 4. Looks like he's been working hard on this line. Morgan letting out of it a bit through turns 1 and 2. Kozak works across the stripe. They came out here to race too. We're going to let them go at it. That's where they get their practice time. Won't be long for they'll be ready to step up and run in the Eagle Cup class. Brian Kozak. A couple of weeks ago, Randy Yarborough spotted him a little too much ground. Yarborough caught him on the last lap. Ran hard going through turn 3 and 4. Drifted up the banking and couldn't get a run to make the pass on Kozak. Kozak picked up his first feature win. Kozak going to try to make it 2 in a row tonight. Take home another trophy to put on his shelf. Something he'll keep and remember for a long, long time. Morgan's crew down there in turn 1 telling him to get in it. Kozak getting a little loose through turn 1 and 2. Sees Morgan up ahead, going to try to put a lap on her. She'll drift high coming off turn number 4, and Kozak now closes in. See if Morgan's setting him up. She may go dump him here. No, she'll let him go by cleanly on the outside. And now she'll try to follow Kozak's line. Seeing that rear bumper may make her get into it a little bit more. Brian Kozak, the Czech pole racing machine. His 4th event of the season, 4th time running here at Southside Speedway. Been out here right much practicing this ride. Of course, Morgan's ride, car number 6, ran just a few moments ago, so that motor's still a little hot too. They do their best to get that restrictor plate on there. She'll blame it on the team after this one. And once again, we appreciate all you fans coming out tonight to support the MASCAR series. Still got another 25-lap Champ Kart feature and our Dare race coming up. And checker flag falls. Looked like it was a 10-lap. Called that one wrong. 10-lap race for the Silver Eagle division. And that one's wrapped up with Brian Kozak taking the win.